you guys? This is me. I really wasn't going to cover this too much because it has been overly covered, but I know you guys probably heard already. But it says the dental records show remains found at Carlton Reserve are those of Brian Laundrie, FBI says. Now, if you don't know about this case, I had covered this around the time it kind of first came out. Me and my brother, we 420, go check his channel out, 420 East Ave. We had covered this around the time it first came out, and everything about this is really, really weird to me. Everything about this is really weird to me. But let's read the article. It's CNN. CNN reports the FBI's Denver office said Thursday that remains found a day earlier in Florida's National Reserve are those of Brian Laundrie, who disappeared last month just days after his fiancée Gabby Petito was reported missing. The FBI said dental records confirmed the identification. Two local detectives visit the Northport, Florida home of Laundrie parents shortly before the FBI made this announcement. Chris and Roberta Laundrie have been informed that the remains found yesterday in the reserve are indeed Brian's. Family attorney Steve Bertolonio, I'm sorry if I butchered it, said, "We have no further comment at this time, and we ask that you respect the Laundrie's privacy at this time." An attorney for the Petito family, Richard Stafford, said they are not doing interviews. They are grieving the loss of their beautiful daughter, Stafford said. Gabby's family will make a statement at the appropriate time and when they are emotionally ready. Skeletal remains and clothing found. The identification came hours after the police in Northport said the remains were found were skeletal and belonged to a human. They are human remains, no doubt there. I would say that the remains were consistent with one individual. Skeletal remains, police spokesperson John Taylor told CNN. Well, I'll read a little bit more. See live updates. Investigators also found clothing believed to be consistent with what Laundrie was wearing when he took off September 13th, according to Tyler. Less than a week later, Laundrie went missing last month. Authorities in Wyoming found Petito's remains in the national forest. Her death was ruled a homicide by manual strangulation. On Wednesday, investigators also found a backpack and a notebook belonging to Laundrie, child, 23, near the remains while they were searching the Carlton Reserve in Northport, according to the FBI special agent in charge of Michael McPherson. The notebook, to my understanding, has not been opened. That will need to be processed, Taylor said. A source with knowledge of the investigation told CNN the notebook is possibly salvageable. The source said the notebook was outside of the dry bag. It had been clearly wet, and they are going to use any potential means to dry it out before opening it. So, it says when Taylor was asked if any weapon was found, he said that he could not comment. When asked if there was an ongoing search for the murderer of Gabby Petito, he responded that it's certainly not in Northport Police Department's purview. So to kind of sum it up, him and his girlfriend, who was a blogger, went out on a little world road trip, right? And so while out, they get into a domestic dispute. The police are called. That police cam footage could be seen on one of my lives. I'm not sure exactly which one I did it in, but it's on one of my it's a Friday night. I only really do lives on Friday, so it's on one of my Friday night lives. And so the police were called. She was upset, visibly upset. And then he comes back from the trip without her. He goes home because they both, I believe, live with his parents. They go back to his house. Well, he goes back to his house. I'm sorry. He goes back to his house without her. And then he was there for like a week or something. And then they say that she's missing. They say, oh my gosh, she's missing. She's not here. And so the police are called. They go looking for her. While they're looking for her, now mind you, they don't arrest him. They don't lock him up. They don't do none of that. They ask him a couple of questions and then just let him go on about his business. All this seems really, really weird to me. So they let him go on about his business. While they do that, mom and dad packs him up and let him get on a good foot. Okay, he's gone. So the police are like, oh my God, bring him back. He's now a suspect, because once he leaves, they find her body. And so while they were looking for him, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, while they were looking for him, what went through my mind is, did his father kill him? Now hear me out. This is what I was thinking before they even found his body. You know what I'm saying? He came back without her. I believe he told his parents what he had did to her. And his father probably was like, oh, you messed up, and knocked him off. And then said, because, you know, they're the ones who pointed the police in the direction of where they found the remains. The mom and dad did. So this is a real weird story. And then these are my theories. My theories, my ideas, you know, possibly, allegedly, my conspiracy theories, because you know what kind of channel this is, child. This is a conspiracy channel. And so another one of my theories is that's not really his remains. That's not his remains. He's gone. He's in the wind. And either way, something just seems really weird to me. How they knew which way he went all this time. So all of a sudden, now they point them in the exact right direction of where to find his body or where he could be, and then they find the body. And then I could have sworn I had read, well, I shouldn't swear, but I'm pretty sure I read an article where they said they found numerous dead bodies. Like they found like 9 dead bodies while looking for him. So was that possibly a dumping ground? Was that possibly like a dumping ground or something? You know what I'm saying? So this whole case right here is really weird, is really off. Something isn't right about it. I'm not sure exactly what they tried to do. Let's see. Let's look a little bit more at this article. It says Petito, 22, disappeared on a trip amid tensions in their relationship, and her remains were later found near where the couple had last been seen together. Laundrie, who had returned by himself to his parents' home in Florida, refused to talk with investigators and didn't return after telling his parents he was going to the nature reserve to hike. He was not charged in her death, although he was indicted for allegedly using 2 financial accounts. Oh yeah, that's right, he did. He used her credit cards after she died that did not belong to him in the days following her killing. His parents were on the scene when the remains were found. And that's another thing. While this was going on, I saw an article that, the police they brought out the K9 dogs. Oh, here it is. Authorities, including several K9 units and off-road vehicles. So what made them think to bring the K9 dogs out? Like, this is all seem really weird. I'm saying his name wrong. I know I'm not. I know I am. Laundrie. Is it Laundrie? Laundrie's family had declined to talk publicly following legal advice, but they had directed authorities to where they had believed he may be staying in the reserve. So It's a month. It's been a month. I believe they said it's been a month. So why didn't y'all tell them this before? Something isn't right, okay? Something isn't right. Something is not adding up. It says the parents joined in the search Wednesday morning and found a bag belonging to their son at the park, which their attorney described as happenstance. Oh, so they just so happened to stumble upon his bag at the park. I'm telling you, look, let me tell you, I got a son. And if my baby first of all, my baby go out with his girlfriend, come back without his girlfriend, it's going to be a problem between me and him. What do you mean? Especially after him and his girlfriend have been living with me. I have grown to care about her, to have a relationship with her or what have you. You know what I'm saying? As a kind of like a mother-in-law of sorts. So what you mean? What do you mean? Where is she? I'm going to be grilling him. And then, and if he decides he's going to go hiking and I don't have any contact with him, I'm going to be very scared. I'm not going to wait a month later to go out and start looking. What you mean? I'm going out there now. I'm going to ask my husband, where'd you drop him off? Around where? Come on, let's drive out there. Let's go around there. Let's go. No, we're going. No, we're going. I don't get it. Law enforcement met with them there and closely accompanied them as they entered the park. As they went further in, Chris ventured off the trail into the woods. He was zigzagging in different areas. Law enforcement was doing the same thing. And Roberta Laundrie was walking down the trail. At some point, Chris locates what's called a dry bag. The dry bag is a white bag laying in the woods, say 20 feet or so off the trail. So he just so happens to go in the perfect direction off the trail to find his dry bag. The dry bag was in some brambles, and he didn't want to move it because he wanted his law enforcement to see it. However, Chris Laundrie couldn't find law enforcement and didn't want to leave the bag there. Okay, so the police wasn't even there when he found the bag. He found the bag. He wanted to leave it there so the police could see it. But there was no police around. So he picked it up and kept it moving. So he went off the trail, found the bag, and then brought it to the police. He did meet up shortly with law enforcement. They looked at the contents of the bag. At that time, law enforcement officers showed him a picture on the phone of the backpack that law enforcement had located. Also nearby on some okay. So he found the dry bag and the police found his backpack. At that point, the Laundries were notified there was also remains near the backpack, and they were asked to leave the preserve. The remains were found about 2 to 3 miles inside the Carlton Reserve, or about a 45-minute walk from the entrance. This is weird. So he was found with his backpack in a 45-minute walk from the entrance. I promise you, mark my words, they're going to say that he died from a gunshot wound. Whew. When asked why the parents chose to go to the park on Wednesday, he said it was the first day it was reopened to the public. I don't care about no being reopened to no public. I'm gonna go find my baby. The parents had assumed that experts, the FBI, and all the tracking teams they had would be able to locate Brian based upon the information that we had provided them to the specific area and the trails in the park that Brian liked to visit. That's bull, man. I don't know. But all right, this is CNN. That was look, I just gave you the gist of the CNN article. You guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments. This is weird, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys and talk to you later. All right.